De Jong deal hijacked, and guess who has hijacked it? It's Tony Boyle, and that is Chelsea. Reports coming in from one of the credible sources from Barcelona. Though very many people are really saying that, why aren't Chelsea outlets coming out and really endorsing this deal? Because we have very many Chelsea correspondents in the for you for different media houses, and they've not come out and really endorsed that deal. The likes of Fabrizio Romano and David Austin, the DiMarzio of this world, we know that other first-year journalists have not yet come out and really endorsed this deal. And I'm going to dissect for you those issues in here onto United Matters channel. And Ronaldo not coming back at United. Guess what said it? It's really that man that, he supports Arsenal in for you. Piers Morgan, a friend to Ronaldo, been chatting left, right, and center since when he was in the Premier League. He was a friend to Ronaldo, and he offered Ronaldo shirt number 7, and he wanted him to join Arsenal after saying that he's fed up of Manchester United in for you because it's lacking ambition. And this lad who goes by names of Piers Morgan has come out and really talked to TalkSport and told them that, please, Ronaldo has told me he's not returning at Manchester United. But guess what? The manager of Manchester United is said Ronaldo Cristiano is not for sale. That is a man who goes by the name of Erik ten Hag, who has just won today a beautiful game versus Crystal Palace by 3-1 in the for you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Onto the United Matters channel, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Remember, it's just got heated up, and it's a moment of happiness because when you look at how United played today against Crystal Palace, it shows you that every time we play another game, lots of things are really changing. The way we score our goals goes on to change. When you look at Liverpool, the first 2 goals we scored, we are not so much impressing, but they had some vibe, but the build-up was okay, but they are not really so much intended, especially that Sancho goal. You saw it was because Bruno really laid that ball and the defender really knocked it into, and then it landed on his feet, and then Sancho found that ball and then hit it in the back of the net. The goal of Frenkie, Martial and Sancho had really connected very well, but Martial lost contact onto the ball, and then it found Frenkie, and then Frenkie dinked it over the goalkeeper and it went in the back of the net. Nice dinking there for you. And the third goal of Anton Martial really came out to replicate the products of really being good at pressing at this game of football in there for you, and we really loved that a lot because you thought that that goal of Anton Martial could really happen on any team, courtesy of the pressing of United. Then the fourth goal, when you saw Eric Bay and how he broke through to play in a boy who goes by names of Pelestri, and Pelestri passed through the central axis, passed wide to Amad Diallo. Then Amad Diallo cut inside and laid the short pass to Pelestri, and then it was 4 goals. Out of the 4 goals we scored, I think the only 2 goals would go ahead, and the third and fourth are the only 2 goals that you would go ahead and really say, all right, those goals could happen and could go into the back of the net of any team either for you. Then we went to the game of Melbourne, and Melbourne really gave us hard time, close to 43 minutes, because they led that game for like 32 minutes. And that's when Scott McTominay really did a shot that deflected off the defender of Melbourne and it went to the back of the net. A goal that for me I didn't count, because I really believe that not on any day you'll go ahead and score such a goal, because even today they've taken him off the first half because he was not really having a fantastic game either for you. I mean, it's him having closed everything, tackles 100%, passing 100%, but he was not really passing into the spaces that Erik ten Hag really wants to see him pass through. That is Scott McTominay for you. So I don't count that goal, but that of Martial, Rashford, and the own goal they scored that really made it for those 4 goals were really so much team goals. And now when you look at how we've gone ahead to score goals today, typically Ten Hag football, and you saw to it that this time round, not like the other games where Anton Martial was not going to the ball a lot. This time round, I saw Anton Martial getting chances in the box. One for Frenkie. There is one that Marcus Rashford really crossed in there for you, and the one he scored of Diego Dello, and that assist he made for Jadon Sancho, and the second assist he made for for Danny Van Beek to pass that ball to find Rashford and then tap the ball into the back of the net. So I really believe that today has shown us that each and every game we play, there is something that we are improving in there for you. So we have every reason to smile and be hopeful, optimistic about the manager who goes by the names of Ten Hag. So I can't wait for the game of Aston Villa. That's going to be happening on Saturday in there for you. And after Saturday, this team is really going to be flown out back to Manchester. They rest on Sunday. And I know Monday, they really go ahead to redo or do their training with Erik Ten Hag in there for you at Carrington. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and let's get into the stories of the day, because if I'm to talk about the game of today that we beat against Melbourne, I can't even stop talking about things. Every minute there is something new that comes in my brain, and I believe that, can I do a second match reaction? But if at all you missed out on my match reaction, it's already up there on the screen, or it's already up there on my videos. You can as well go in and watch it, because it's really so much detailed, and I really talked about so many things as far as that match was concerned in there for you. So this time around, United really came on and really played very well, but that is done. We have lots of reports coming in from that side. James Darker talking about Frenkie de Jong and very many other deals of Cristiano Ronaldo, and what Erik Ten Hag really is briefing the club about de Jong for you. But today, we've woken up to a story of Frenkie de Jong and Chelsea. Remember those days when they saw Tony Boyle at Barcelona in the offices? A story broke up in the evening that Chelsea have been discussing a deal of Frenkie de Jong with Barcelona in there for you. But later, tomorrow, the next day, Tony Boyle went there on Monday, and on Tuesday we saw John Mortaf and the CEO Richard Arnold of Manchester United at Barcelona, and they had gone to discuss a deal of Frenkie de Jong. Now, since then, Chelsea was out of the news. Reason being, it felt like they had really gone ahead to show in and certify that United had agreed a deal of 75 million euros plus 10 million euros of add-ons in there for you. Chelsea has been out of the news, and United has been really so much pushing for the deal to happen. And the stories are saying that Frenkie de Jong doesn't want to come to Manchester United because he feels like it's not really a perfect team for him to play in, that it is cast. People like at the Sport coming in there throwing lots of banter to Manchester United there for you. So lots of things have been happening there for you for like 1 or 2 weeks. Chelsea linkage to De Jong had really lost momentum. But guess what? It has gone ahead to gain momentum. And today, this close source of Barcelona and Netherlands, known as ADNL, this ADNL is from Netherlands, they went ahead to tell us that Frenkie de Jong remains under heavy pressure from Barcelona's management to accept a move. That means Frenkie de Jong is being forced out of Barcelona and he has nothing to do. But for him, he's telling them, please, leaving Barcelona wouldn't have been a problem for me, because I would like to go and play football elsewhere, because it looks like you no longer need me. Reason being, your manager came in here and told me that he's really going to play a midfield three of Bernardo Silva with a player who goes by the names of Busquets and Gavi or Pedri. So I know you no longer need me here, but do you know that I demand you my money? Get me my money, you owe me, and I really leave you in peace. That's what he's telling them in the for you. And this is the ADNL reporting in from the Netherlands. And you know, that is a credible source in the for you. Then we got a source from Relevo, one of those close sources of Barcelona, coming out and telling us that Chelsea are preparing a formal bid or a formal offer for Man United target Frenkie de Jong to offer it to Barcelona in there for you. Then they couldn't let us know that Barcelona know that Chelsea are preparing a formal proposal for Frenkie de Jong. They have expressed their desire to sign him in the last few hours. A move to Manchester United doesn't seduce the player. So, to me, I'm asking myself very many questions about this deal. Every week, there is the dimension or direction this deal takes. That's why I came in front and told you that I prefer this deal as the most crooked transfer I've ever seen. It has no direction. It can move forward and then descend. You get? It really accelerates and decelerates. This is the deal of Frenkie de Jong. It goes west, it goes east, it goes north, it moves south. You get? So, what is it all about? What is it all about? And who is really behind all these stories in there for you? One, I was telling someone that if at all Chelsea are really so much in need of this guy, you get, Has Thomas Tuchel gone ahead to sanction this move to take place? Because everything at Chelsea, however much the president of Chelsea, Tony Boyle, might be really having the money to go in and spend and really rush on every player available in the market, but Thomas Tuchel is the last man. He has the last say. Remember, Tony Boyle had agreed a deal with Ronaldo and George Mendes, but when he sat with Thomas Tuchel told him, no way, there's no way Ronaldo fits in our team, so I don't want him to come in my team. You get? So, Chelsea having the money is good, but let me ask you, what are they going to use it? Because Thomas Tuchel has specific kind of players that he loves. And I don't believe that Frenkie de Jong is a player in the books of Thomas Tuchel. And I would be very shocked, by the way, to see to it that this deal of Frenkie de Jong to Chelsea is sanctioned by Thomas Tuchel. Because right now, what Thomas Tuchel is thinking about, he's not thinking about central midfielders. He has many. He's having Jorginho. He's having Kovacic. He's having Conor Gallagher. He's having N'Golo Kante and very many others at the club. So I don't see Chelsea signing this guy. I don't really see it. You might be seeing it, but I don't see it. Reason being, for him, he really believes that he needs to get in defenders at first. He needs to get in another forward, especially who plays off the left and right, because he believes that ZH should leave Chelsea, Timo Werner should leave Chelsea, and Captain America, that is Pulisic, could leave Chelsea there for you. So that's what he really believes. And let me tell you this, you might not be leaving the manager, but this is where his attention is. And bringing Frenkie de Jong at Chelsea, where is he going to play? You get? Are you going to sell Jorginho? Unless otherwise I see players like Jorginho leaving Chelsea or N'Golo Kante. If one of those really leaves Chelsea, then I'll know that, oh, they're really in need of Frenkie de Jong and a good night has been offered to them. And secondly, why aren't the tier 1 sources of Chelsea not really onto this deal? It's all about a Barcelona source trying to trade this story. So there are very many questions about this story, but you might find out that Barcelona are trying to go ahead and see or find a move for Frenkie de Jong. And for them, we believe that the reason as to why he doesn't want to leave Barcelona for United is because United is not into the Champions League. You get? So they are trying to find him a team that is in the Champions League. But for me, 100%, I'm 100% convinced that United and de Jong have really an agreement in place. And I read the story coming in from James Daka telling us that United has told, Erik ten Hag knows very well about the issue that is holding this deal. And it's simple. Do you know what it is? It's all about the team which goes by names of Barcelona owing 17 million euros for Frenkie de Jong. And that's the reason as to why this deal is telling that for you. And that's the story we are really getting. And I know that Frenkie de Jong wants to come to Manchester United either for you. But the reason is he demands money from Barcelona. Barcelona doesn't want to pay him his money. And let's wait and see where this deal is going to go. But all in all, Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United, to me, I'm 95% this deal is happening. Only 5% this deal will slip out of our hands. But I see it coming. I see him coming. If at all he was not coming, and he had not assured Erik ten Hag that he's coming, Erik ten Hag would have already started to go in and bring in options, because United has shown us that apart from the Frenkie de Jong deal that is having loads of barriers, they've shown us that when Erik ten Hag claims that get Malacia in a space of 2-3 days, it's done. Get Melisandro Martin in a space of 1 to 3 days, is done. Ericsson, space of 3-2 days is done. So I'm not worried about this deal. And what makes me so much contented and so much sure that this deal is going to happen and de Jong is going to come to Manchester United is because we are not in for another central midfielder. The day we get linked to another central midfielder, and the likes of Fabrizio and David Austin, that DiMarzio's confirm it, then I'll come in here and tell you that, all right, I now admit the deal of Frenkie de Jong to United is off. But without that, I won't really go ahead and admit that this deal is off. Ten Hag recently just said that, he said this to the board, that even if it means to sign Frenkie de Jong on the 1st of September, on the deadline day, I'm okay with it. Meaning that he's sure that the player wants to come to Manchester United. You get? So, yesterday in the press conference, when I was really talking to Sky Sports, when asked about Frenkie de Jong, he said that we want a good holding midfielder, but we won't go for anyone. We will go for one who has that build quality that deserves the team of Manchester United in the fight. So he's taking his time. He's willing to start that game of Brighton, Liverpool, and Fulham, the first 3 games of Manchester United, without Frenkie de Jong. He's so much okay with it, but he knows that the board will deliver Frenkie de Jong because Frenkie de Jong has asserted to him and confirmed to him that I'm coming to your team. So these stories that Chelsea's hijacking the deal, I'm not afraid about it because the player can't betray Ten Hag. He can't betray him, guys. We've been chasing this deal for 10 weeks. Those are 2 months and 14 days. That's it. I'm 100% believing that Ten Hag is really so much sure this player is going to come in through and do the needful for you. Now, after the game today, that United beat Crystal Palace by how many goals to 1-3, James Daka got onto an interview with the United Stand correspondent or United Stand news anchor or employee who goes by names of Adam, and he had lots of things to say about Ten Hag and De Jong, and this is what he had to say about De Jong. James Daka told United Stand that Ten Hag is desperate for De Jong. The impasse is around deferred wages, and as of yesterday, there is not a breakthrough, are willing to play the long game. So United is willing to play the long game, and what shows you that we are so much to this deal is us willing to go on and play the long game, because we wouldn't have gone in to spend time on a deal that we don't know the player has given us green light that is going to come in through. And why would we go ahead and agree the amount of money with Barcelona, yet the player doesn't want to come? Because very many teams can offer a player to Manchester United, but United talks to the agent of the player, and the player tells them, I'm not going to come. And United wouldn't like to be having such a humiliation right now. You get? Their marquee signing is Frenkie de Jong, and I know they are going to deliver it to the manager who goes by the name of Erik Ten Hag. He went ahead to tell us that that's James Daka. He's a correspondent of United. He's a correspondent of United at the Daily and Sunday Telegraph. He said the interesting bit was that Man United raised their guaranteed payment by an extra of £8.5 million, that is 10 million euros. Logistics suggests that Barcelona might use it towards paying De Jong. I don't think De Jong is particularly happy with how it's handled. You get? So the only thing that is really lagging this deal behind is the money De Jong demands Barcelona. And it says that United put in the 10 million euros to go ahead and retell Barcelona that, all right, we are giving you 65 million euros, but let's add in 10 million euros as an upfront fee guaranteed. Then we get you 10 million euros later as bonuses for Frenkie de Jong performances at Manchester United, and you go on and get this deal done and dusted. Get the money to Frenkie de Jong, get the 10 million euros, search for something like 3.5 because you say to him that you can first give him 3.5, add it to the 13.5 million, and then get him his money. Then he comes to United. So United is desperately wanting this deal because they know the players giving them green light. Why would United go ahead to do all this when they are not sure that Frenkie de Jong is coming to Manchester United? This is where I come out and really rubbish out all these stories. You get? United are in direct contact with the agent of Frenkie de Jong, and recently was at Carrington because he is the same agent to Malacia, and United signed Malacia from Feyenoord. The agent and United are at par. They know this is going to happen, but they are playing this media game to see to it that Barcelona pays them their money and deliver the player to Old Trafford in the fourth. That's why they're telling you that United is really onto this deal, and Frenkie de Jong is not liking the way things are really handled in the for you. Then he went ahead to tell us that this is James Daka telling the United Stand. He told us that De Jong deal could go to the end of the transfer deadline. The hit on deferred wages is far higher on De Jong than other backup players because he was earning a basic salary of £230 a week and set of bonuses. Yeah, and that really raised his amount of money to £350,000 a week. That is what De Jong has been earning at Barcelona. So you can't come in here and really convince me that this lad doesn't want to come to Manchester United. He does want, but let Barcelona get him his money and everything will get to where we want it in the for you. Now, let's go to the big story of Ronaldo in the for you. Yesterday was linked to a side which goes by names of Atletico Madrid in there for you, and there is a story coming in from Marca. I'm still yet to confirm it, that the deal of Ronaldo to Atletico Madrid is economically impossible in there for you. So it looks like Ronaldo is running out of options, but as we think that he's running out of options, Piers Morgan is really a guy who has been here. He supports Arsenal. He is really a very funny guy. He works on TV and radio in there for you. He has come out and told TalkSport that I've had quite a lot of contact with him. I think that it would be highly unlikely that Ronaldo plays another game for United. Thinks Ronaldo could be playing somewhere surprising next term. Obviously, it's going to be a surprise because Chelsea have said no. You get? Chelsea have said no. Bayern Munich have said no. Which other team? PSG have said no. They are paying very many wages. So, where is Ronaldo going to play? You get? Piers Morgan is really a very close pal to Ronaldo, and they are really so much intact as friends. And one time, he hosted Ronaldo and really offered him a shirt number 7 for Arsenal because Piers Morgan is really one of those players who is so good at supporting Arsenal, and he was so much annoyed when Mikel Arteta sold Aubameyang. And every time Aubameyang scored goals at Barcelona and Arsenal didn't have, and Arsenal players were here missing chances, he went on Twitter and really ranted at Arsenal and Arteta that what did you do in there for you. But I really believe that after bringing Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, he's really so much relaxed and knows that at least they've replaced that player in there for you. But he's so close to Ronaldo, and when Ronaldo said that he's leaving Manchester United, he told him that please come to Arsenal because at least for us, our dream is so much clear in the for you. Something I don't believe Mikel Arteta can really entertain in the for you because he doesn't want egos, big egos at his club. He wants a player who is down to earth. However much big you are, you must be down to earth, and then he will really guarantee you a start into his position at a side which goes by names of Arsenal in the for you. So Piers Morgan is really telling us that Ronaldo is not returning to Manchester United, and now he's going to surprise us with a name of where he's going to be playing next season. And right now as I speak, the agent of Ronaldo is really trying to find him a team elsewhere. But as Piers Morgan comes out to tell us this, Erik ten Hag told us today, even in the tweets we put up today, that Ronaldo is not up for sale. Ronaldo is not up for sale, and he's planning his team with Cristiano Ronaldo in it. But I'm asking myself, which is which? United said that, even Fabrizio Romano said that, after bringing in 3 signings, Malacia, Eriksen, and the player who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez, United is focused on bringing in a right back and a centre forward. Then, if Ronaldo is going to stay, why are we looking in for a centre forward? You see? That's why I told you yesterday that Erik ten Hag can't stand out in the camera to say to it that they are not going to sell Ronaldo in there for you. You get? This is what coaches are supposed to say until when the player is sold. But to me, I don't see Ronaldo coming back because he called our team ambitionless, and there is no way he could come back in that dressing room. Reason being, when you say that the team of United is ambitionless, even that core that makes United is referred to as being ambitionless. And what is the core that makes up United? They're the players who are going to play with Ronaldo. You get? Can he really go into that dressing room after coming out and embarrassing the club in public? I believe that cannot happen in there for you. And Mr. Ronaldo, to me, I believe that he has finally nailed the last nail in his coffin at United. He's not coming back, and I know we are not going to see him in here for you. Will he really wear the shame off? And then in return, if he really fails to get a suitable suitor, that's the big question. That's the big question in there for you. And all of this that is going around is true. Why? When a story came in from Portugal that Ronaldo is at Sporting Lisbon trying to push a move to go that side, guess what happened? He went to their Instagram account and then put up the word fake. But these stories that are really moving around has been denied by Chelsea, denied by Bayern Munich. He has not gone ahead to put any comment onto them, yet they are on Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere. That means they are true. He called United ambitionless. He wants out of the club of United. And George Menez is having sleepless nights and negotiating to see that he finds a move for Cristiano Ronaldo in there for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching us in. Feel free to in the comment section and tell me what you think about Cristiano Ronaldo being snapped in there for you. And Piers Morgan, one of his best friends in media, coming out and letting us know that he has said he's not really returning at Manchester United and don't expect him to return at Manchester United. Tell me what you think about the Frenkie de Jong development, that Chelsea is trying to hijack the deal, but to me I'm 100% sure he has already confined the manager, Erik ten Hag, that I'm here for you, I'm going to give you the best of myself, don't worry, I'm going to come in and really do the needful for you, provided Barcelona pay me my money, I'm going to come in at United. I know you can pay me, and I know the dream is alive. When you look at how United is playing, by the way, if Frenkie de Jong is an American watching us, of which he knows that Erik ten Hag is playing very well with those players, if at all I'm in that midfield, I'm really going to be so much important into that midfield, and I know I'm the missing jigsaw into all. I'm the missing piece into the jigsaw that Erik ten Hag is trying to build up at United in the new era that Erik ten Hag is really trying to build at Manchester United. Therefore, thank you guys for watching in. I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. Your reactions to these stories are welcome in the comment section below, and tell me what you think about our game against Aston Villa, because I think I'm dropping that predicted lineup of United and preview on Thursday, which is tomorrow, because today is Wednesday and tomorrow Thursday I'm breaking that preview of United versus Aston Villa onto this channel in here for you. I sign out. Good night, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. Rock and David is my name. United Matters channel is the platform that you're watching us from, and subscribe to our channel, guys, and let's hit the 10,000 subscriber mark before the end of this month. We are left with how many days? Today is 20th, 11 days to go. Let's subscribe and get to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I'm out.